Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown, Tracey Brown. Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown. Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
My favorite symbol is the tree of life. Everything. Hello, YouTube, and hello, 87408. And hello, IG. How is everyone doing today? This is the metaphysical way to earth happiness. I'm starting my segment a little early today, taking Melissa Burton's spot because she is giving herself an opportunity to just, take a break and do herself. And I honor anyone that knows to do that. All right? I honor that experience. All right? And so she's taken off a couple of weeks, maybe a few weeks. Doesn't really matter. I'm here to talk to you guys about the metaphysical way to earth happiness, which I got from my granddaughter, right? She couldn't say the word happy, and she used to say happy. And she said it so softly that one day it triggered that to say the word happy is so common that are you happy? But if I changed it to happy, it kind of makes you stop and think how happy you really are. Or can we add the H and mean it? Right? So I hope you guys can hear me. Hi, Ifashay. I've decided that this is going to be your horoscope readings for December or November. No, for December. I already did November. So this is for December. And it's going to be on Venus retrograde. What does Venus retrograde mean for each of the signs? Before we get started, please smash that like button. Please make comments. I love your comments. I really need to know how to consistently improve my channel. Please like, please share. Not enough of you are sharing. Please like, please share, please comment. I'm going to act like the kids, and I'm going to say, smash that like button. That's what the kids do. I'm so immature. And to get your own personal reading, please go to TraceyBrownlive.com. That's where you'll find the information to text me or email me if you don't have a cell phone. But text me at 213-458-7408. Before we begin, my very good friend Jason is having a past life regression tomorrow. And I would invite you all to come have that experience. Jason is really good at this meditative past life regression. I would love for you all to have the experience and come join us tomorrow. If you want to contact me if you don't know Jason. and we will be able to, you know, get you in the class and get a past life experience going for you. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I do it often enough, and every past life experience takes me to a different era. So it's absolutely a beautiful experience to have. So let me start out with good health, everyone. Good health. We are still in the middle of the COVID. We just had the most horrific accident involving the Travis concert. And this is why I'm constantly saying good health. We have no guarantees, especially since the COVID is so real. We have no guarantees that any of us will truly make it tomorrow. It's not that life is short. Nothing is quicker than what's happening in the middle of COVID. Life is short used to be a phrase. Now it's real. And we're seeing it in different forms. If you don't see it in the COVID, you see it in the form of something like this Travis concert. Let's start understanding that good health is everything. And if you understand that good health is everything, and that we're in the middle of a pandemic, most of those people should not have been there yesterday. Without masks, in a crowded stadium, in the middle of a pandemic, that had nothing more to do with political greed. And we really have to start seeing, our personal values and honor that life matters, that good health matters. But we have to start seeing it as individuals, as families, and then as a cultural social media team. We have to start taking care of ourselves better. So with that being said, let's move on. I just wanted to put that out as a disclaimer. And let's talk about Venus in retrograde. Now, I'm going to be reading from a site here. Hold on a second. So that you all can understand certain aspects of Venus retrograde and what it's good for. Make sure I have it. It starts in December, and I believe September 17th. Let me get the correct dates for you all. I apologize. You guys know I'm not an uber professional. From December 19th, it says here, through January 29th. And let's see what impact this is going to have generally. Venus retrograde effects. I am reading this from astrology42.com, so you can check it out for yourself. When Venus is retrograde, it is not at all uncommon during Venus retrograde to face insurmountable challenges in love and relationships, very similar to both Mercury and Mars retrogrades. Sometimes old lovers or old flames from past surface for healing and for closure. Or it could be a time for love affairs. People in already committed loving relationships may find themselves in a romantic lull as affections cool down. Sometimes here is where problems resurface. Current relationships may feel uncomfortable. Venus retrogrades are the perfect opportunity to talk about romantic misgivings, so you can focus on the business of loving confidently and with clarity. For others, Venus retrograde reviews what we currently have. Venus retrograde shows us red flags or serious deal breakers, which could also signal the end of love. Is it possible that we could end up with the wrong person at this time? Yes. So be careful of relationships that get forged a week before the retrograde and a week after the retrograde. And of course, during. Through the separation itself may be painful with the benefit of hindsight, because Venus can separate. We may later acknowledge that the values were bubbling beneath the surface anyway. Often these are overlooked in relationships in exchange for keeping the peace of living within a bad bubble. Armed with more definitive sense of what we want and perhaps what we cannot do without, the likelihood of attracting the right partnership post-retrograde is better. New relationships started under Venus retrograde may feel as if they've been perfectly crafted to push all our most troublesome buttons. That's for love. For money, Venus retrograde subconscious shadow material and psychological projections that may flood the romantic plane as we find ourselves intertwined with intense or charged problematic money romantic entanglements. Often relationships started during Venus retrograde serve to teach us valuable lessons, some of which may cut ruthlessly close to the bone. With planet Venus' connection to aesthetics, beauty, art, and luxuries, we may be set to review and weigh all those things, while Venus retrograde will ultimately award us a fruitful period of revisiting, remember the word re, our artistic taste. It also makes this an inopportune time for charging ahead and creative projects, an inopportune time. Luxurious purchases of any kind will take on significant shifts and are likely to feel ill-advised. Design projects, shopping sprees, big ticket purchases like watches, jewelries, and cars would be better left past Venus retrograde. I literally knew someone when I used to sell cars that bought a car during Venus retrograde, and I wasn't that into it at that time, and literally brought the car back. He had decided the car didn't fit him, but it had everything to do with Venus retrograde, so hold off on big purchases. Also, Venus retrograde is not ideal for drastic changes in your appearance, in your beauty regimen, in your hair, or in your aesthetics. That means be really careful to dye your hair, like literally dye your hair orange. This is the time when you should try something like washable color to see if it works for you. Venus also relates to the elements of sexuality as well as conception. So it may be well advised to not jump headlong into any hedonistic bliss or procreation. Better success will be had after the retrograde is direct. This 6 weeks can be tricky in all types of relationship. This is when our closest ties will be tested. If a bond isn't built, you'll probably experience some turbulence. It's an opportunity to go back over your relationship and do the necessary work. From this point, you'll see who's willing to put in the investment and who only shows up because things are easy or fun. So when Venus finally goes direct, you should be more clear about how to relate to others. This includes business, but more importantly, on a romantic level. It could be an astral bumpy ride. When Venus takes a leave of absence, which is what the retrograde is about, she just leaves. You may notice more rude behaviors, irritation, dumb tricks from humans. Things could flare up faster, like you might say, that wasn't even me. It will take a conscious effort to be kind and compassionate. What is Venus retrograde good for? Venus retrograde can bring a refreshing perspective in our love stories, helping us to step back and regain perspective. Are we genuinely writing ourselves into proper romantic roles? That's really important. What can we do? What can you do to change a less than stimulating relationship? Whenever any planet goes retrograde, the directive is to turn inward, examine our motives, excavating hidden desires, reviewing and revealing some past demons that maybe we haven't adequately dealt with. Like with all retrogrades, the prefix is re. Repair, restore, revive, reunite. Those are just a few of the re's. Venus retrograde demands that you look at people without rose-colored filters. Take them off their pedestals. All right? So if you have a romantic partner that you're looking up to, you're not equal. This will be very, very hard at first. Are your issues deal breakers during Venus retrograde? Or can it be worked through together? Remember, you have to decide it together. Venus retrograde is in Capricorn. The last time Venus was in retrograde in Capricorn, if I'm not mistaken, was in 2013, December 2013. So if you think back at that time, in 2013, what was going on? Because you may discover it could come up again, it was never resolved, and the same issues may show up again. So, let's take a look at what each sign will experience during Venus retrograde. Yes, Destiny. But study it. Study more than what I'm giving you. Look up Venus retrograde, and Venus represents communication, money, love, food, family. So look at all those issues as it goes retrograde and figure out what you can do to make sure you survive the 6-week time frame. All right, let's go ahead and start in January with Capricorns, because Venus is in Capricorn. What is around my Capricorns? to time slot everything, so just give me a second while I look at how to do that. Capricorn, what is around Venus in retrograde? First thing that comes up is love, Capricorn. That's the first thing that comes up. Also, there could be an opportunity for a pregnancy, right? But it also could mean, because this is right around Christmas, I don't know if we're all having office parties the way we used to, but if someone has an office event, you might find your love interest at an office event. To me, what I'm getting, that if it is an office event or a house party, then love could show up in that type of place. And it could be a co-worker bringing a friend with them to the party. It is definitely about new beginnings for you, Capricorn. Venus in retrograde. Also, it's about marriage and relationships. I think Venus retrograde, if you have been avoiding being in a serious relationship, this might be the time that you, Capricorn, can actually get into a very serious relationship. And I think it will be by surprise. I think you're going to be shocked by it. I do have a deceptive card, though, right? And a deceptive card could have something to do with the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces woman or mother figure, all right? Or could involve a new relationship that you could meet at a party, but you're already in a relationship, and that's why the deception shows up. There is some illusion going on here, and I think, Capricorn, if someone shows up at a party, remember, Venus retrograde is not about rushing up, especially if you're already in a relationship. It is about maybe exchanging numbers, information, without the impression that you want to be in a relationship with that person. It's going to be really important that you decide whether or not your current relationship has value. And that's what Venus retrograde is going to show you. But clean up the current relationship. You are magical, Capricorn, and you get what you want. But I also get a father figure here. So something about how you operate could have everything to do with past mother-father issues. Or are you acting like your father? Are you acting like your mother? You ever see something like where it's like, I will never do that. And all of a sudden you're like, I'm my mother, right? That's what this shows up here. So really be careful that all of a sudden there's this past story that's coming up. And you are something that you never meant to occupy the same type of disposition. All right? Don't be foolish, Capricorn. Watch your money. It could be the first time, Capricorn, that you could begin to have money issues. Juggling money. Wanting to have the best of all worlds. Interesting enough, Capricorn, I really think you can have it all. I think that you need to decide, does having it all mean hurting people? Make a bit of a sacrifice. I just don't see money problems here, Capricorn. I hope you guys are happy about that, because I know Capricorns love money. I don't see money problems. I see you juggling your money. And I think the juggle of your disposable income could be problematic. But I still see money coming in, or you working really hard for your money, or success. Or I have to even say this, I could even see you winning the lottery. All right? Also, if you have your own business, Venus, I think Venus also represents your socialness. So I have to include social media. And if any of you are considering starting a business, please don't start it until post-retrograde, right? Which would be February, if you're starting the business. This is the time to work out any kinks. For those of you that already have a business, you might find a lull in your social media products that you should be selling. Rather than panic, just go ahead and advertise. Don't panic. Your people will be back in February. Be careful. Again, we're talking about Venus retrograde, so be careful about being overly exposed, Capricorn. Too much attention put on you during the retrograde, especially if there are some secrets out here. I do get some deceptive qualities. So if there are some secrets out there, it could get exposed. Capricorn, love is going to be big for you guys. Very, very big. I see good opportunities for, this is for you, Capricorn, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces woman, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces male. I also see a good opportunity with Leo, Sagittarius, Aries woman, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn males. So, you know, maybe because Venus is in your sign, Capricorn, you know, except for some drama that you could bring upon yourself, right? Don't. You know, Venus will be friendlier to Capricorn. Don't make this a problem. Whatever you want, however way you want to get it, I don't want you to worry. It'll be much better once Venus retrograde is over in February. So if you're in a current relationship and you see someone that you could potentially go for, I'm going to encourage you to really look at your current relationship, really make a concrete decision as to why you're in this relationship. And if it's not working for you, rather than jump to the next person, I would rather see you end what you're doing with your current relationship. I would rather see you take a chance, because I really feel like there's good movement in love, Capricorn. I don't want it to be like you compromise yourself and your integrity. And in the long run, that's what follows you around. Because Capricorn, you're way better than that. Even if you don't know it. All right, IG, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to finish up the signs. And I am going to, final outcome for Capricorns, you have to come over to YouTube to get your sign. All right? It'll be posted. You don't have to come over right now. It will definitely be posted. Final outcome for Capricorn, number 43, is deep knowing. final outcome. Number 43 is deep knowing. Come over to YouTube. At your convenience, it will get posted. Deep knowing. Number 43 is a spiritual number, reduces to number 7. So let's see what it says for you, my dears. Oh, 43. I always do that. 43. Deep knowing. Intuition, listening, empathy, higher sensitivity. Intuition is the faculty that allows you to enter into a dialogue with Source, with God, with the conscious, that you are a part of but cannot see with the naked eye. It's perplexing that people are taught to ignore this natural capacity to navigate their journeys, to access their inner guidance, to know that you have an ability to read between the lines and find all the truth that was missing when the story was told. This deep knowing allows you to open the door to wisdom far greater than what is available in the limitations of human experience. You're given information that may make no sense whatsoever to the logical mind or 5 senses, but which is 100% correct and true. The trick is to listen and then act accordingly. You're now invited into this sacred dialogue of deep knowing. So tune in and trust your vibes. They will be right. Ask and you will receive the answers from unusual sources. All right, Capricorn, that's for you. Now let's go on to Aquarius. IG, I'm going to end this now. Please come over to YouTube or it will be posted for you. I love you all. Take it easy. Bye. Sometimes my videos don't post on. Who cares? Aquarius, what's around Aquarius for December? Venus retrograde. Hard work is definitely here. A lot of giving of yourself, Aquarius. You give of yourself. You give of yourself whether it's in work, and you give of yourself whether it's from self. Very, very giving aspects will come through during the retrograde. If that is something that is naturally you, it pays off in the end. So have no regrets at your giving of thyself. It will pay off in so many ways. People will be of gratitude knowing that you gave of yourself unselfishly. All right? Whatever secrets have been held in the past, Aquarius, will come out. These aren't bad secrets. These are hidden issues that may have been affecting love. All right? Whatever this is for you during Venus retrograde, I feel like this, you're one of the few signs, actually. Let me just check. Oh, you got deception here too. Oh, darn it. You're one of the few signs that can actually talk and communicate well. It's actually something, Aquarians, that you all do very well. You talk well, you listen very, very well. There are some religious or spiritual aspects that are coming into play. Now I get the deception. That has been deceptive, has been. However, it is also opposite the high priestess, which is revelations. So, any deceptive qualities cannot stay deceptive. Because this is in the past, it's handling the lies. Interesting enough, I don't get this as miscommunication. I think it could, for me, I feel like it comes across as I'm lying to myself. But I'm knowingly lying. Does that sound weird? So it's kind of like, you only like a certain type of person. And you won't deviate from that type of person. And it turns out, it's not that you like a certain type of person. It turns out you like a certain type of person based upon something that happened, some influence, some way of looking at things. And you thought you were that type of person. That becomes the lie that gets revealed. That could be you personally, Aquarian, or could be in your intimate relationship, where you all may discover, I never really believed that. I believe that based upon other things that happened in my life, right? Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? Let me see if I can give you a better example. This might work better. Let's say you only want to date a particular type of culture, right? And you've been telling yourself, I only date this type, I only date this type, I only date this type. And it turns out that that aspect of you is not true. But somehow it gets revealed how it's not true. And then you have this revelation in love where you're like, well, I only felt this way because my family was this type of way. I didn't know that it wasn't me. I took it on. But the discovery is during this Venus retrograde. And when you discover the reasons why you operate the way you operate in love, everything changes. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be you, Aquarian, but it definitely is a consideration to start looking at. It also could mean that you could bring this out of someone too. I only brought up cultural differences, but it could be something else that's preventing loving relationships to come through. I get a Wheel of Fortune here, which is a really good card for money and Venus. And so I definitely don't feel like the Aquarius, you're going to have issues with money, right? But it also means to turn things around. If something's upside down in the wheel turns right side up. Which means you're worrying way too hard in love to get it to turn right side up when it may be out of your control. Right? So you need to rethink what you're doing. Have talks. Recommunicate what you think you know, because what you think you know, you don't know. Because the truth has not yet been revealed. So what you're gonna try to do is try to get to the truth of the matter. If If you get to the truth of the matter, not the person, get to the gut, you have less worry. Because the trickery is no longer there. The deception is no longer there. You're racking your brain, but for the wrong reasons. Money plays a big factor in this, huge factor. Don't care about money. Care. You know what I'm getting in this card? The deception card, which I don't think I've ever seen before. There are two towers here, not yet broken up, right? In the literal tower card, you see lightning strike the building and everything comes crumbling down. This deceptive card means you can avoid that, all right? I don't want you to have a head gasket worrying about any love interest. This is the time to just talk and communicate, and you have the ability to bring something out that will be more truthful. By the way, Aquarians, you guys are the stars during Venus retrograde. But I'm also getting a Princess of Swords. You know, there could be a need for some sharp communications. Very, very sharp communications. So we're going to see if these sharp communications works well for you. But I also think I want to tell you, don't worry if it works well for you. Remember that in the end, it will just work well. So during Venus retrograde, you might say, oh, I wish I hadn't said that. But in the end, you'll get respected. Just pull a few more cards here. You know, there's relationships coming for you, Aquarian. The ships are coming in. You're not going to see it till March, period. But stop digging. Stop digging. Just have conversations. You know, don't dig. There has to be a difference in your approach. You are seeing things, you're not seeing things with a clear eye. I would say during Venus retrograde, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself and have a lot of talks and let others come through on their own. If you make a mistake and slam somebody with some harsh words, forgive yourself. Because there's something about what you will say will actually save the day. If you can prevent it, prevent it. But, you know, sometimes when you're in a heated discussion or in a discussion, it gets heated, you're not going to remember my words. You're going to come back to the video later and be like, oh my God, Tracey tried to tell me. Get a King of Wands, Two of Wands. It's a waiting period. Aquarian, it's a waiting period. I don't know, Aquarian. I really see, I don't know. I think that love is coming for you. I get a Princess of Cups. I get a Prince of Cups. Aquarian, I think you're moving into your authentic relationships that's just meant for you. I think you're moving into that. I think you're struggling as to what that looks like to you. And you might have this ideology of what that looks like to you, and I don't want you to have a consistent behavior of these rules inside your head. I want you to be more flexible, more open. I want you to let relationships come to you more organic. I want you to free flow. If you make a mistake, forgive yourself. Because if you make a mistake, it's in communicating. But I think it's a waiting period. And I think you'll understand that nothing was bad by the time March comes along. All right, I'm going to stop here. If you want to elaborate more, text me. Let me get your final outcome, Aquarius. For you, it's Yang. Yang. Why did I show you? Yang. Number 1. Yang energy. Yang, yes. The masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. Yang represents the power of action, the energy that propels the world forward, manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the time to perfect your act. You can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There's no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny. There's no reason to hesitate. Past 2 readings have been about love mostly. I hope you guys can appreciate these love readings. Pisces. All right, Pisces, this is for you. What is around Pisces during Venus retrograde? Let's take a look. All right, Pisces, there's a lot of conflict during Venus retrograde. A lot of it has to do with head trauma, head drama. Get out of your head. There could be a conflict coming into the retrograde of Venus. So there might have been a lot of conflicts walking into Venus retrograde. I have to say, if that is the case, by the time Venus retrograde comes in, shut it down. Stop. Stop. You're going to make it worse, Pisces. Especially if it has something to do with money. Also could have something to do with the King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Also could have something to do with your family or your home. A decision needs to be made, right? If you don't slow it down, Pisces, a decision is going to be made for you. And it'll be a decision you are not ready for because you don't have the finances to maintain a decision that someone makes for you. You may struggle financially. Remember, Venus rules money. And then you may hide out, not communicate well past the retrograde. So, I would have to say, Pisces, starting right now, whatever conflicts are brewing, don't step in, get out, observe, mind your business. It is going to really not work out well financially, Pisces. And I promise you, this is not what you ever wanted. You want to just clean up the conflict. But the conflict gets bigger. You're gonna know this because it could be happening right now. And by the time we get into Venus retrograde, things are gonna shut down. And it's during Venus retrograde that somebody else makes a decision for you. And you're not even gonna know it because you're not talking to the person. So this is where separations at work, separations at home, separations in relationship, it's starting now. So Pisces, come on. Whatever's happening out there right now, you are not right. Nothing about this is right. You also don't need to win. Sometimes you have to lose to win. Sometimes you gotta yes people to death. Because whatever this is, you're not prepared for. You did not prepare for a separation. At the last minute, you're going to try and fix this, but it will be too late. You're going to try and be loving and fix it, and a new you has to show up. I'm afraid the new you is not the person you ever thought would show up in life. Pisces, come on, sweeties. It definitely involves love, and then it involves money. Happens so fast and so quick that it's almost like your house burns down and you can't stop the fire. So, what's the solution, right? The solution is very easy, right? Survive this period, right? So if anybody creates any drama, even if you know they dead wrong, even if they hurt your feelings, overlook it. I'm telling you, overlook it. This is a time that hidden issues will come up, but you already know the issues. This isn't a secret. This isn't, you're not going to be shocked because it's like something molded in your house. No, it's not that, right? Mold is hidden, right? It's not that. You knew there was a problem because this was a problem 3 years ago. It was a problem last year. It was a problem 3 months ago. You saw this coming. If you go head on, not working out what this looks like for you, and you knew this, the best way to handle this is the way you've been forced to handle it in the past, with the okie doke. You can get mad all you want, just don't be mad with the person. Wait until the Retrograde is over. You will have a better chance of handling the situation. However, let me give you a little bit of warning. If this is something that's really weaning away from you, then you need to look at your finances and you really need to decide who can strangle you because of finances. This is a time when you need to start augmenting who's in charge of your monies. All right? This is a little severe, Pisces. I don't know why you got such a severe reading, but please pay attention. Please, I'm begging you. If you want to elaborate, text me. Let's get your final outcome now. Pisces, 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 Pisces. Way up here. Community. Number 8. Community. Belonging. Being seen and understood by others. Like-minded connections. A sense of family and friendship. Knowing your place in the world. This card signifies a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our families and community. In a community, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in a group provides a sense of belonging, of kingship, and a purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share the love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be small or small enough to just show up, or large, as in being a leader. No matter your position in the group, your presence is needed. And I understand the community card because I feel like if you're not careful during Venus retrograde, the community may not need you anymore. And that could include family. All right, guys. Aries. Aries. How are you today? What is Venus retrograde for you, Aries? Let's take a look. Friendships are really important to you in romantic relationships, in love. Try not to take a friendship and turn it into love right away, Aries. Give it time. You're better off having a relationship that starts out as friends, especially if they show up right now and during the retrograde. Do not push the envelope. Do not push the, take your time, Aries, because I get the Temperance card. However, if you take your time and if you allow this to be a friendship, when I say friendship, Aries, I mean do not pull out the ding-a-ling and do not spread them. When I say friendship, I mean friendship. When I say friendship, I don't even mean a kiss. Nothing. Do not let anybody put their arm on your shoulder or your thigh. Do not snuggle the ear, the neck, nothing, nothing. You will ruin it during Venus in retrograde. Stay friends. Be friends. Be committed to friends, because if you listen to me, you could actually wind up getting married to this friend. But you gotta listen to me, Aries. You could actually wind up getting married to this friend. If you just wait. No relations until March. Hold that libido in. Seriously. Sex, to be honest with you, this is the way I see it. Sex ruins everything. The way I see it, the minute y'all have sex, the relationship goes down. Because the relationship is built on the passion and getting to the act of sex. But once you feed one another, it's like having dinner. Sometimes you don't want to go back to hamburgers the next day. But if you're friends, and this goes for everyone, but Aries is the one that's being told this. If you're friends and you build on the relationship, you ever cook dinner and chop up the onions and garlic, that by the time you get to the end result, you love it better. That's what this is about. This isn't fast food sex. It's not fast food dating. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to tell you? Aries, cool it. Cool down. Throw water on your face, throw water on your libidos. Cool down. The best thing you can do is develop a friendship. When I tell you it's worth it, please trust me. Look at the Page of Cups, the Empress card, the new beginnings of, Princess of Wands, new energy. It's just beautiful. Try not to tell too many people, by the way. Try not to be like, I got this. No, you don't. Sometimes the minute you tell people, goes downhill. Try to savor this and keep it a secret. Keep it amongst yourselves. Be intimate in quarters that only you two know and giggle about silly things, because nobody's going to understand this. All right? You don't need to meet the family. You don't need to meet the family. All right. I get a Queen of Swords here, and I get a Queen of Pentacles. Now, I'm looking at this a little differently in terms of the people. I definitely think some decisions need to be made, and you confidently, Aries, need to make a decision to check how to move forward, and you need to stand your ground on those decisions. Also, you really need to look at the balance of each other's income. If one is making more than the other, I don't see where it could work. Aries, do not force things to suit your narrative. If this needs to stay a friendship, let it stay a friendship. Let the person that you would want to be involved in find themselves, create themselves. And whatever you do, Aries, do not make this person into something that you want to see. Let them have this moment and let them be encouraged by you and your example. Be careful of teaching, Aries. Nobody needs that shit. Keep this a friendship. Let the friendship last as long as it needs to. If this is someone that you really, really want to date and the movement is kind of awkward, that means you should go out there and find somebody else and keep your friend. And I know that's hard to hear, but Aries, you need to hear it. There's some money issues. One of you has more money than the other. If you are not up to par with your personal finances, but wind up in a relationship that has a lot of finances, the relationship is off balance. And if you've been in this type of relationship before, where you have more money but your partner doesn't, or vice versa, it didn't work in the past, it's not going to work now. You have to start negating negative money thoughts, right? That don't work for you. One, if you're the type of Aries that wants to help, well, I'm just a good person, Tracy. I like to help people. You're not helping. You're creating. And most times you're creating a monster. Let the person find themselves. If you're the type of person that only wants to look out for wealthy people in your life so that you could be taken care of, well, I only like wealthy women. I only like wealthy men. It's problematic because you've had this situation before and it hasn't worked out for you. So you need to really start fixing old things that haven't worked out. Aries, you guys should be financially equally yoked. Remember that. All right? Some of you are going to wind up getting pregnant and you're going to regret it. Don't get pregnant. Not now. Unless you're married. If you're married, it's a little bit different. I don't think I'm talking to married people. I think I'm talking to single people. I just see some financial issues, but you know what? If you get pregnant, some financial issues, only you, Aries, can take pennies and turn them later into, like, income. So I'm not that worried about you, Aries. I think the reason why I might be worried about this pregnancy is because I have real concerns whether or not you're equally yoked. So choose wisely. Really get to know your partner during Venus retrograde. I don't know. I think even if you're married, this might be a good time to sustain from sex and allow a real communicative relationship to forge through. And that way, in the 1st of February, find a hotel, because then the sex will be amazing. And then you might get pregnant. True story. I don't think I just want you, Aries, to understand this could be really, really great. But do not be pushy. Because it can be really, really great. Let's get your final outcome. Keep meaning to show up, the cards. The way I do it when I do my readings. I don't have a camera in front of me. I'm going to go way up here. all that glitters. This is exactly what I was talking about, Aries. All that glitters. Also another spiritual number. Number 16, which also reduces to 7. And I don't know who said that they were going to record these numbers. Do it. Do it. I really feel like these cards are trying to give y'all lottery numbers, and I'm going to stick to that. And I don't ever invest in lottery numbers, but as of recently, it's been coming to me. All that glitters. A need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkling new thing, being mercurial. It's only human to want to adorn yourself in trinkets, and paint a pretty picture of yourself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond these adornments and probe beneath the surface. Learn to recognize the mask people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine all that glitter is gone. Would you still desire the object or the person? All right, guys? I hope I helped. Put that over there, put that over there. All right, Taurus, this is for you. What is around Taurus for the month of December in Venus retrograde? What is around Taurus? Let's take a look, guys. Oops. Forgetting. I really like this deck because it goes like this. Start over here. 3, 4, 5. What's around you during Venus retrograde? Queen of Wands, pregnancy, period. You have the strength to handle this, but why a Queen of Wands is here? I get Temperance, I get the 9 of Pentacles, which is a huge money card, and I get the 6 of Swords. So, during Venus retrograde, there are money issues with you, Taurus. There are money issues. And yet, you know, to me, 3 of Discs is abundance, right? 9 of Pentacles is having more than enough, right? And I get the Strength card, and I get the 6 of Swords, and I get Temperance. You know, I want to say, Taurus, you are more than enough. I want to say, I think you're judging yourself too harshly. I think that money compromises your love relationships. I think that you might be saying to yourself, I don't have it, and I need it, but I don't have it. And if I don't have it, how can I participate in love? I think, Taurus, I want you to understand your relationship with money and your need to be grounded. This is a time frame, to be honest with you, Taurus, you're not supposed to have a lot of money. I believe that the emphasis on money is old. For you, Taurus, it's old. I think if you take the emphasis off of money and put it onto abundance of others, of people and friends, I think money comes into your life automatically. So, this is what I'm getting, and I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I feel like, Taurus, you guys worry about money so much that you might be ruining your lives. I think if you understand that today is the day to not have enough money for whatever reason, right? I don't know what God is trying to say to you, because this is like a death sentence for Taurus. What do you mean, Tracy? Money is mandated. It is. It is. The emphasis on money is not mandated. You might discover love based upon love, not based upon whether or not you have enough money. It's almost like it's not inadequacy, because Tauruses don't carry inadequacies. They carry concern. So it's almost like, how can I go on a date with someone and also have to admit maybe that I've been living a certain type of way, or I've been struggling, or my mortgage is behind. Like, how do I date knowing I'm going through something, or I'm unemployed? Does that make sense what I'm trying to say now? Or I've been living a certain type of way, and now love shows up, and now I'm thinking, I'm a Taurus, right? Now I'm thinking, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect love to show up. I've been fine. And now it's like, am I fine? Like, maybe you're starting to look at yourself and you're starting to say, oh my God, who am I? Whoever you are today is perfectly correct. Do not think that something about you needs to change. Stay there. And this isn't about not having enough money. This is not about not having trouble paying your mortgage. Everybody's having trouble financially. And if they're not having it now, they will have it. You're just quicker at it. And I think it's because Uranus and Taurus. Am I unemployed? Will I actually wind up getting a job that pays well? Or do I have to work at McDonald's? Nobody should have to work at McDonald's, first of all. So I will cry with you, Taurus. But understanding why you're at where you're at, and all of a sudden love shows up, and now you're feeling inadequate. Don't. Stay where you're at. You'll be fine. There's a revelation in other components besides money that I believe the universe is trying to show you. So, I think of this card as, beat me up, Scotty. I'm not dealing with this. And I'm saying, no, you're going to deal with yourselves. Just deal with yourselves. If you wind up getting a job that pays less or is undignified, deal with yourselves. It's okay. No one's judging you but you. And then you might get pregnant. And I think the Queen of Wands that's showing up here is an aspect of a personality that needs to show up, right? I think you're too Taurusy. So I think if the strength of a wand, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries characteristics come through, you might appreciate yourself better. That's what I'm talking about. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. Stop. You're going in for your greater good. So I'm not going to stop you, actually. It might be worth it during Venus retrograde. Yeah. It might be worth it. But you're going to come out victorious. I feel like someone around you is a little sneaky and a little deceptive and might need you to be a certain way with them. I think you're going to have to recognize the difference in relationships. What do people want from you? When you call yourself hiding out, right? Or going within, or speaking with spirit, or talking to yourself, or talking to God. A lot of you all got the moon card. Aries didn't get the moon card, but many of you did. And for you, Taurus, it's coming out as the final outcome. So it's illusion for you. Don't deceive yourself. Don't make yourself believe that you're actually one person when others might see a totally different characteristic. Also, don't be misled if someone wants you to stay single for their benefit. Because right now, you can be easily led away from love. So if you voice it and you're like, I'm worried, then someone might say, you should be worried. When the person that's talking to you is actually talking about themselves and is making sure you don't invest because the person that's in your ear doesn't want you to invest. You have open enemies, Taurus. Obvious enemies. More importantly, you're worried about, or have so much concerns about money that you might share it with someone, and rightfully so, but you might share something with someone that doesn't want you to move forward, even though it's not a romantic conversation that you're having with someone. Like, someone's not going to say, I don't want you to move forward because I'm interested in you. That's not what's happening. They're saying, I don't want you to move forward because I'm scared. So if I'm scared and you have concerns, then I'm going to influence how I'm so scared. Does that make sense? There's good news coming through for money, Taurus. Not what you expected. There's still good news coming through for money. Anybody that has issues with drinking, drugs, alcohol, you only make the matters worse. So during Venus retrograde, that might be something you could work on. Try not to have devices that protect you from thinking and operating well. Interesting enough, though, if this is someone that's buzzing in your ear, it'll get revealed. Not during Venus retrograde. If anything, you're apt to listen more to the person during Venus retrograde. But once you're past the Venus retrograde and there's a discovery of drugs or alcohol or sex, or it's a demon, it's a or fear, you're going to get your aha moment. When you get your aha moment, it's going to hurt like hell when you realize you've been had. The good part is you can turn this around. Once you have this discovery, even though the news could come in a way where it feels so negative and hurtful, your intelligence turns this right around. And you can clean this up. And you will. And if this person turned out to be not who you thought they were, you might turn your back on them forever. You may also never be controlled ever again by this person. You're definitely going to go after love. Definitely. And whoever this person is, you're going to understand the quality that they are illuminating in your life. Like, you're going to get it. In the end, you got some lessons, Taurus. You got some lessons in friendships. Definitely some lessons in love. These also could be family members, right? That could buzz in your ear to keep you away from a mature relationship. I think in the long run, you make it. And let's remember that. In the long run, you will make it. In the long run, you will make it. Because what's going to happen is whoever buzzes in your ear, there's a revelation about that person. And that's when you realize, oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe I let someone convince me of la 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 la. And, oh, child, when you wake up, Taurus, nobody's ever going to be able to do this to you ever again. It will be a memory for life. But in the end, it'll be very, very good. In the end. Oh, child. All right, let's take a look. Poise. It's one of my favorite cards. I actually adore this card. I'm a former ballerina. So, if I could have been a ballerina fairy, oh my God, I would have chose that. Yeah. I remember once I was I don't know if it's a ballerina nutcracker anymore. Can't remember. But in any case, everybody else was in tutus. And I was the only black person in this black tour group. And I remember everybody else was in cute tutus, and they had me dressing up as the old man. So racist. That's what I remembered. I'm sticking to it. And I didn't understand race back then. Because if I understood race back then, I would have been like, no, I'm not doing that. Give it to some white girl. Why are you giving it to me? Whatever. It might have been the Nutcracker. I don't remember the story of the Nutcracker anymore. Right after that, I quit ballet. Poise. Look how pretty she looks. Poise. Being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best confidence. You can be assured that you're ready for anything right now. You know what you need. Your skills are sharp. You've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life is about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. It's very short. Get ready. Get ready, Taurus. Because whatever this is with Venus in retrograde, you don't get trapped in this. You do come out on the other side. All right, Gemini. How are you, Gemini? What is around Gemini during Venus retrograde? What is around Gemini during Venus retrograde? Let's take a look. Oops, you got 11 cards. This pulled out, this was choosing, this is number 10. This is going to be an extra final outcome. Let's see what's going on with you, Gemini. Gemini, the World card. So there's definitely a social media presence that's coming to you, Gemini. Also, Venus rules social activities, social. So definitely some social media stuff. Also, it's a really good card, but it also is good for, you're free to go, you're free to invest, you're free to do whatever you want to do that involves a bigger media presence. Just see something here. It also involves all the elements: air, fire, water, earth. It also involves the day and the night. It involves your creativity and your presentation to the world. I definitely do get victory with whatever that you want to do. You will have all the resources necessary to move forward in any endeavors. All eyes on you, Gemini. Could involve money, but not a lot of money. I also get being able to rise above or float above any situation. Don't become your own worst enemy, Gemini, during Venus in retrograde. Don't become your own worst enemy, meaning don't let money make decisions on your prosperity during Venus in retrograde. I really feel like there could be an offer to you that may not show up financially well for you. Could be a job, Could be an investment in social media, which is what I think it is. I feel like other people could be involved, and maybe that's why I'm getting a Four of Swords. Maybe it's not just you, maybe it's others. I think it could come down to you not being paid as the others. But I also think it's going to come down to your authentic experience. So, I think that there's a venture with others. I think money's involved. I think you guys are having conversations right now. I think the closer you get to Venus retrograde is when you decide, no, I'm getting screwed and they're not paying me enough. I want you to understand, Gemini, you're not getting screwed. You're right, you're not being paid enough. It's one of those situations where you have to be humble, start at humble beginnings, and turn it around to your advantage. If you can't see that, you're going to miss out on a great opportunity, because only time will tell. That also means whatever social media presence this is, you won't be seen right away. You will be seen much later, and I mean months later. There's actually a learning curve here for you. So be careful that you think you're valued at an equal level of others. When you're learning something, and your value will show up much later. Because whatever this is, they love you. But if you think too hard on it, you're apt to be ornery and be blinded by how you think you should be valued. But you'll say it with love, and yet you'll still be completely wrong. Be careful that you take this concept that somebody's trying to build and create your own with another person. So it could be a party of four. It's a great concept. They want you to be a part of it. You're worried that two others will shine so much better than you. They will. But you're there to learn, not step ahead, because you don't have the same expertise. However, it's only during Venus retrograde that you begin to question whether or not people are more qualified than you. And you will be highly mistaken to start thinking that way. But if you start thinking that way, all of a sudden, you take the concept and you get another partner and you two create the same concept. Don't do that. That will be trifling as all get out. Learn to get along and be a part of a bigger system so that you can be the best that you can be. But time makes you the best that you can be, not today. I remember when I was venturing into social media in 2011, it was my very first video. And my very first video was to Wendy Williams, because I was like, I want to be your co-host. That was delusional, and it didn't work out well for me. So then I decided the best thing I could do at my channel was have celebrity predicted outcomes. And nobody watched them. 0. And it took at least 6 months for somebody to look at my videos and then look at the previous videos and then was like, oh my God, this girl be predicting things, right? But it was a slow build in the beginning. To be honest with you, it's still kind of a slow build. I still don't have 300,000 subscribers. But maybe that's okay, because I think even as a psychic, if you get too big, then you might burn out. And so I appreciate the pace that God has put me on. And so I want you to understand, you might wind up with a group of people who have better abilities to shine. And you will shine if you choose to learn something from it. Because, again, not a lot of money involved, and this is a final outcome here. So the basis is not a lot of money. In the end, not a lot of money. But if money's your problem, you're actually going to lose the ability to gain so much money, because maybe there's an ideology that's off-putting or that's not fitting with the team that someone wants you to be a part of. It's not about money. Don't make it about money. Others will make money over you. Get in, get the experience, do what you need to do. If you take the concept and create your own thing, but not really letting people know, right? So it's like there's this concept out there, and then it's not working for you because you're not going to shine for whatever reason, but you know it. Like, don't take the concept and then recreate it for yourself. Don't do that. I'm begging you, don't do it. There's a waiting period to your growth. And success is here because you have the passion for it. You just may find out that if you just wait it out, a whole nother passion could come through rather than copying somebody else's idea. Hold off, Gemini. Let's see what else is here. During Mercury retrograde, concentrate on family. There is some concentrate on family and concentrate on maybe getting maintaining your home or purchasing a new home. Maybe that's it. There's some deception here, though. Everybody's getting this deceptive card. There is some deception here. Deception is coming from a Queen of Cups or a mother figure, or good news. So I read it backwards. I didn't mean to read it backwards. So good news is coming through from a Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or a mother figure that's somewhat deceptive. So the way I see it, it's going to be like, sure, you could be a part of this. And then this may still see the four girls that four people, not four girls, four people. Something's wrong here. I got to tell you, Gemini, there's something about this group of four. I think in the long run, I think it's something they want you to be a part of. something's not right in the communication during Venus in retrograde. Something in the language turns left. I think whoever this Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or maturity, or a mother, someone that's a mother figure or a mother, ultimately, if you don't play along and understand the bigger picture, I think they could take you out. Like, in the end, it's going to be like, well, we all signed a contract, and you're like, I didn't sign a contract. And they're like, oh, yeah, so we're not going to have you a part of it. Even then, if you take the concept and use it to your advantage with one other person, you're creating conflict after conflict after conflict after conflict in so many different ways that you could find yourself arguing with people when, in the long haul, I think what I'm trying to say to you, Gemini, if this is something that you don't want to do, bow out gracefully. Do not recreate it. If during Venus retrograde you begin to understand there's not enough money involved and it's a lot of work, say it. Speak your piece to the group. All right? If they really, really want you to be a part of it, I want you to understand you benefit in a year. This will be a place where you get in, you learn whatever this is, the business. You will not shine, but after a year, you will shine. All right? Hope I helped. Final outcome. I'm hungry. I did not eat yet. Yin. Yin energy. If yang is, this makes so much sense to me. If yang is masculine, yin is feminine. Makes sense to me. Really pull back that energy. Yin is number 2. Yin. And it's the feminine principle of being receptive. Letting someone else make the first move. Gathering information, taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. Spirit of a lie, you can't make this stuff up. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you. Ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you. Poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you someday. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shape, not the shaper. You don't shape this. Be the shape. You're shapers that have control. So you get in there and learn, and you will see how quickly your dreams manifest. Can't make this up. Can't pull random cards in one deck and a final outcome matches. That is crazy to me. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick break. Stay right there, and we will continue on. I just need some water. So give me 1 second. While I take this break, please take a look at this banner and join me at Jason's Past Life Regression tomorrow, November 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh, wait, no. If you want to elaborate, Gemini, on anything that I said, please contact me. Hold on a second. Just let me get back to this real quick. Hold on. I'm going to take a quick break. Quick bathroom break.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown, Tracey Brown. Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown. Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown, Tracey Brown. Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown. Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Hi, everyone. I'm back. Thank you for letting me take a little bit of a break. I really appreciate you. All right. Let's get this party started. Cancer. What is your Venus in retrograde going for you? It's also in the month of December, so this is actually December's reading. Venus in retrograde falls in December, so it's a combination. What is around Cancer? Their Venus in retrograde. $11 cards again. You can deal with it. Okay, guys. Perfection. I don't know why I got that. Perfecting. Maybe perfecting. Maybe not perfection. Perfecting. building, perfecting, starting over again. A little bit of covering up, which I think is interesting in this card. Also, notice the spider web, right? You know, the spider web, to me, is about intrinsic detail, right? It is just a perfect, you can go to bed, nothing will be there. You can wake up in the morning and it's beautiful display of capturing energy, capturing something. That's what a spider does. It captures something. But the details, it's just so beautiful to me, right? So I think that there's a perfection here, that you're not speaking out loudly. I feel like you reveal, not, I think I'm gonna do this and I think I'm gonna do that. That's not what's happening. But I definitely think things are coming to the surface. But I do want you to understand, whatever changes are going on with you, they're grounded energy for your changes. So I really feel like you're doing the right thing. But everything isn't so deep rooted. The roots are, some of the roots are above ground. So when I look at this tree, which I love these type of trees, but I never understand these type of trees, where it's like, it's a thick tree. And I guess it wasn't planted well. And so, because trees are survivors, they come up in the surface, and then they go back down, and then they come up in another part of the surface. You know that type of tree? I actually love those type of trees because I see survival. I see a tree that says, this wasn't done well. This wasn't put together well, but I'm gonna make it work. And that even could be in relationships. I'm gonna make this work. Even if it means we gotta come up and go back down, and go to the left, come out of the ground, go back in the ground. Because that tree survives, always. Right? Yeah. There are some hidden issues that's going to come to light, but I don't see it. Oh, child, thank you, God. I don't see it bad, but there are some issues that need to be dealt with. It's an intellectual thing. And Venus retrograde is how we communicate with lovers, with people that we love, with anything. Again, something good will come out of it. For some of you that want to get pregnant, time to stop thinking it could happen naturally. You have to go to the doctor. So during Venus retrograde is where you search out the doctor, you start having intimate conversations about wanting to make this baby. You have to start speaking to your love interest. A lot of women don't have babies today because they say to themselves, if God wanted me to have a baby, God would have made sure I had a baby. And I'm telling you, God has made many of you women incapable of having babies, but God made sure there was a solution. And the solution are doctors that have the expertise. Because why you are not having babies could be environmental, made by human hand. And God saw this. So he made sure he had doctors that could bring his babies down here. So if you keep eluding yourself from having this baby by just having a conversation with a doctor, to understand all the different ways that you can get this baby here, it would be unfortunate. I'm just saying. In addition to that, no, there's a baby trying to get through. I get the Three of Pentacles and I get the Three of Cups. But in addition to that, if it's not about having a baby, it's about your business, which will grow and grow. Three of Pentacles means growth. Three of Cups means abundance. I really feel like the High Priestess is something like a secret weapon that you've been holding on to, and now you're like, booyah, in your face, I got the secret weapon, and now I'm gonna show you. Because you didn't talk about it, right? Right? The High Priestess says, whatever this thing is, you weren't ready for anyway to reveal it. It might have been a great concept if you had talked about it, but now it's like you are it. Now you can talk about it. This card. Now you can let others know. All right? Got a lot of threes. Got a lot of threes. Three of Cups. Let me see. Three of Cups. Three of Disc. Three of Wands. That is beautiful. Threes are expect a reason to celebrate. But I'm also going to read the threes from this book. First time I'm reading from the book, but that's because the threes are significant here. Any more threes? No. But they're all like in a rainbow, the threes. So let's read what three meanings for you is all about. Three, we create. Out of partnership of a number two comes an offspring. Remember I talked about a baby. Comes children, new plans. This could be also partnering up with children. Seriously. And this could be an aspect of a hidden message. New plans, creative ventures. Three is the number of joy, procreating, completion, parenthood. Parenthood keeps coming up, and I'm going to stick to that. Unfolding. It definitely means romance and travel, pleasure, happiness, preparation, fun, entertainment, art, talent, creativity keeps coming up. It also means death that makes way for a new life. So it's spiritually, wow, I used to do this, it's done, this is who I am, and you're finally stepping into your grace of the new you. It's about having a broader perspective. All right, you guys get it though? Four of Swords. Try not to worry so much about money. Money's not going to show up necessarily. The creative could show up much more than the money, but keep at it because it's not about the money. It'll be about the giving of your experience and your expertise. Having to juggle a lot is going to happen here. You might be a little exhausted, as this new you evolves, because this new you will involve a bustling of creative energy. It's like, I'm going to do this, and it's like, no, and then I'm going to do this next. And that idea begots another idea, begots idea. And you're going to be like, oh, there are so many things. Enjoy. Now, I do get the Page of Swords. I don't see this as bad news. I definitely think this involves children. I also think it's good news because you don't have a bad card here. I also think it's good news. In a positive aspect, it's good news. In a positive aspect, it comes in the form of, if you have a creative idea, be careful who you tell. You're going to regret it. Just do it. Just be it. Later on, let people say, oh my God, that's the best idea. As opposed to, guess what I'm doing, right? And when this idea comes to you, why is she holding a cup? Oh, she's not. She's holding information. Okay. When this idea comes to you, you know, here, this is very good information. I don't even know why I see this. It looks like there's a crack in the sidewalk that's meeting up with this little girl, right? So you don't have a lot of time to bring this idea out. It means to be swift, fast, and execute quickly. Now, this could be in your personal business. It also could be at your job, right? You're working with a group of people. You guys got to come up with a concept or something as an example. Ain't nobody coming up with anything good. All of a sudden, you're like, I wonder if we use lemons. Don't say it out loud. Go home and create the concept and come back and present the concept. And don't let anyone take the credit away from you. Make sure it's well recorded, especially if you put through an email. I have a concept that involves lemons. I'd like to talk to you all about it at the next meeting. Boom, you own it. You see what I'm trying to say? Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? Swift, fast, quick. If you don't do it this way, Page of Swords represents negative energy, which means somebody can take the idea, the concept, the process away from you. All right? Are we good? Yeah, but there's good news coming through. A little bit of a sacrifice could involve Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or Mother Energy. You too, you got the Deceptive card. It's coming up with most of the readings, I think, except Aries. I don't know if Gemini got it either. But if there is deception of any kind, I don't see it impacting you that greatly, all right? Especially if there's deception in a home. I just don't see it impacting you that greatly. And remember, I'm talking about December. If there's a problem, Cancer, the deception comes from a liar who needs to do drugs or alcohol or prescription drugs or drinking. You don't know how to stop it. And I would say December is not the month to handle it. I would say you got enough on your plate, worry about you. because this didn't just come up in December. It's been an issue. Don't deal with it in December. Do not deal with anything that you already knew was there. Let it go. You got a lot of work to do. And I don't care how much it bothers you. You got a lot of work to do. If you handle it during Venus retrograde, it's not going to turn into your favor. So that's why I don't want you to handle it. It's just very painful. Don't try it. Let it go. There's better things coming if you just wait it out. Trust me on this. Because ultimately, if you just do you and not worry so much about partnerships, husband, boyfriend, fiance, and just do you and your business or your project or school, or I don't even know why I'm getting nursing for some people. If you just do you during the month of December and just observe, a better you and a different you gets revealed, which means you spend so much time just taking care of you that by the time it's truly time to deal with any issues, you see it differently. And it might even be more forgiving, because what you begin to recognize is, I'm so busy that I'm sorry you have to be this way. How can I help? But not until we are past Venus retrograde. Definitely something creative, because look at that floor. Look at the floor in the Death card. Look, it looks like painting samples. So there's definitely a lot of creative stuff that is the most important thing you need to worry about, Cancer. Trust and believe. All right? Let's get your final outcome. Let's get everything in here. There you go. All right. What am I looking at? You know what? You guys were sticking out. Let me do this. Never ending story. Look at the heart underneath the heart underneath the table, encased in a bubble. Which I think is, oh, it's an hourglass. It's an hourglass, and the heart, I don't know why I got this as a heart, is a Ouija board. A Ouija board's in the shape of a heart. What is Spirit trying to tell you as you think you're in a never-ending story? Oh. Number 37, which is the number 10, which is endings and new beginnings. 10 is an ending. You add it up again, it's a 1. It's a new beginning, which is what I got in the Death card. Excuse me, guys. 37. Self-criticism. The wounded ego. Unnecessary drama. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection, humiliation, self-loathing, maybe even arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary drama. It is an old story whose refrain that you cannot do this, you must not go there, you should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is even true. The sky's not falling. The The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie that wants to protect you and needs to be seen as a victim. That's not you, Cancer. Love that lost piece of you, because fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story. And the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable, and easily soothed. So, because this card to me represents a form of death and new beginnings, if this is an ending never story, same stuff coming up, what I'd like to tell you to do, especially if this is in relationship, I'd like to tell you to just not invest. Let things be as they are. Your creative energy is the thing that's going to be the game changer. Let your creative energy change things. All right? Does that make sense? I hope I helped. Oh, job. I really do hope I helped. All right. Let's see. After break. Cancer. Leo. Leo, what is around Leo during Venus retrograde in December? I might have to charge my phone in a minute, guys. Oh, child. Is everyone okay? Is this a little deeper than I expected? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If anyone wants to elaborate on anything that I have said, I'm gonna have to charge this phone. Feel free to text me at 213-458-7408. Please forgive me. I really have to charge this phone, this iPad. Okay, let's see if we can stop this from losing life. Okay. All right, Leo, what's around you? Conflict. Conflict is around you during Venus retrograde in December. Oh, what a web we weave is what I'm getting. Conflict. Might be in multiple areas, might be with multiple people, might be just inside your head. Now that I'm looking at this, be careful of creating conflict from thought. Be careful of being angry because of your own thoughts. Interesting enough, in this conflict, I see a sunflower. I think I see a rose. Let's see. Maybe a teacup. I don't know what that is. See a butterfly. I see, looks like it's an eagle. Yeah, not eagle. 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 I'm kind of thinking the conflict is not as big as you think it is. A lot of growth might come from this conflict. You have the strength to get through this, remember that. I also get that either you're going to be very giving or people are going to be very gracious in giving to you. There's something about people either paying you or wanting to give back to you even. Love definitely shows up, but it shows up in my past. All right? This is my past. But it does come in the form of a sacrifice. So in order to get love, there is a little bit of sacrifice, maybe during Venus retrograde. Maybe the sacrifice is during Venus retrograde. Maybe you want love. Maybe you want someone to be giving to you. Maybe giving financially, even because the Six of Pentacles means money. Maybe you're having conflict in love, period. But there is a sacrifice here, Leo. So what's the sacrifice? Because I get the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords could mean, for some Leos, remove yourself from the situation. That if you want love, maybe you have to walk away. I believe if you don't walk away, there's pain coming to you. But it's in my head, right? Remember, I kind of felt like the Five of Wands was a conflict inside your head. And now the pain that has to do with love, the position is in my mind. But stay strong, because it might be more you than them. Stay strong. Your perception is off. You're only looking with one eye. And you're only looking with past pain and past relationship. And thinking the same thing is showing up. But is it? I think one of the sacrifices for you, Leo, is to walk away and nurture yourself and nurture your heart and do meditations, do mantras, write your letters, do candle magic. Just walk away. Because you can't see the hanging fruit, and they're in your face. You're not appreciating everything else that's around you. I honestly believe, Leo, if you walk away and just put any loving energies that you think you want into you, love will show up. Not on a big scale. Love will show up in the form of small gestures. But interesting enough, in the Prince of Cups, there's an octopus. Oh my God, I had octopus soup yesterday. It was seafood soup, and it was that octopus, and it was so good. Okay. It's going to show up in small gestures to only get bigger. But I think you have to walk away. And the small gestures will lead to a relationship on a big scale. And the small gestures will lead to a relationship on a big scale that then could turn into a business partnership. That will encompass an array of metaphysical interests that not even you can see. Gotta walk away, Leo. Beam me up, Scotty. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Stop trying to make something work. Let it go. Let it be. Find other love interests. And when this love does show up, because it's already here, when it does show up and present itself to you, ooh, child, you actually could wind up being a power couple. I don't know, Leo. This is Venus retrograde, so I would definitely say, particularly during Venus retrograde, if you are not getting what you think you want, drop the ball. Let it go. The sun shows up, money shows up, or Queen of Pentacles has a big impact. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn woman. Yeah, I think if you walk away, I think there's a different observation of you. I think it's up to you, Leo. You know, I get the Star card, I get the Queen of Wands, which is who you are. I get the Princess of Wands. There's power and there's childish behavior simultaneously. There's the center of attention. I'm really getting, and look, the Sun card, which is the center of attention during the day, and the Star card, which is the center of attention during the night. So there's 24/7 centering around you, which is typical Leo energy, right? Oh, look, this is, oh, how come I never noticed it before? Wait, what is this? This is like Lakshmi. Happy Diwali, everyone. Look at that. I never noticed all those arms before. Oh. Oh, this is about abundance and cockiness and being the leader in something. And yet it's ingrained in you to be this. Also very childish energy. I'm not even going to tell you to grow up, Leo, because the childish energy balances out the part of you that is powerful. I love this. Did if you have this deck, this is a true Rachel, intuitive heart. Did you ever notice that it was Lakshmi? That is so cool. So now, Leos, I'm going to tell you. Oh, I'm having this. I didn't eat, so I think it's affecting it. Should have ate. I never get the hiccups. Oh, I know what I'm looking at. For Leos, listen to mantras concerning Lakshmi. Powerful mantras. I found one for miracles. I can't play it. Oh, she's all about money. Get rich, 100%. Ciao. Powerful mantra, abundance and prosperity. That's what Lakshmi is all about. Listen, here's what I do. Oh, is this? I specifically believe you should be listening to Lakshmi mantras. So this is what I do. There's hundreds of them. I listen to all. No. I listen to the one that resonates with the intonation of my soul. And it's gotta be the perfect tone. And so I will listen, listen. And then there's gonna be that one that settles well with me. Do that as you try and find a Lakshmi mantra that works for you. Also, a Lakshmi mantra that, let me see something. That helps you to be the leader of community and family and new growth and stability. Be careful that it should not be just about money. I'm never a fan of focusing just on money, but actually just focuses on money. So what can you do? So find the right one that gives an emphasis on something other than just money. It's out there. Just go to YouTube and press in mantra Lakshmi and look at the one that resonates well with your soul. Something or someone familiar will return to you. Now, they're returning to you as a King of Wands. I don't believe it's going to be a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. I believe they're going to act like a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And if you know Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy, they will come back unlike themselves. Confident, boisterous, communicative, fun, friendly, having had made a decision. So, Leo, do you. I don't think you're going to have a problem with love, because love is already in the past. I don't think you're going to have a problem with love. I think you have a problem with love. And I think it's all up in here. I think the way you're perceiving things and reality is going to show up 10 times different. And I think you're definitely going to say, ooh, what I was thinking and what really showed up is two different things. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah, this isn't working. hold on a second. My charger's not working, so I have to do something better with it. I knew it. What are you rebuking? I don't know what you're rebuking. All right. Final outcome. Oh, wait. I have for y'all to see it. Final outcome. Come to the edge. I don't even know what that means. Come to the edge. Ooh. Is that a fool's energy? Number 36, 6, 7, 8, 9, or reduced to the number 9. Come to the edge, 36. Let's take a look. Courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear and accepting risk. Facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now's the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. I think if I were to apply this to Venus in retrograde, come to the edge, the unknown, do something different. Let something go. Let someone go. Do something different. I think you're going to be really surprised how miracles can show up if you don't control it. Don't control the outcome. It's okay. You're safe. Don't make yourself crazy. Change has already occurred. You can't see it today. Spirit knows that. So be a busybody and do something else. And let love show up organically. And that's be it authentic, relationship love, public love, family love. All right? Leo? I need to get a charger. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, hell no. We are not trying that today. Oh, thank you. All right. I want to get through this video. All right. Next up is Virgo. How are you, Virgo? And what is around my Virgos for the month of December during Venus retrograde? If anyone needs to elaborate on anything that I say, please text me and get your own readings. feel it in my bones. Okay. What is around my Virgos? King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, man. Ten of Wands is a work card. It's a busy bee. Work card. Ten of Wands, maybe working too hard. Maybe everything falls on you, Virgo. Maybe this person is putting too much pressure on you. Maybe you have no choice because of someone else. You love what you do, but are you caring for yourself? Because the next card that comes up is the Tower. Again, we're talking about Venus in retrograde. This could involve a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius man, Virgo, but it also involves working way too hard. It also involves having to make a decision and not making the decision. It also could involve a pregnancy that you don't want. But you are the magician, right? You make the decisions. You might have to make some decisions for your highest, greatest good. And it definitely is time to make those decisions. This definitely involves work. It involves balance. It might even involve feminine energy. It also might involve, I'm going to say it this way, ancestral energy. I think the power is within you. I think you have the passion. I think something's going to come along to make you a little stifled, like I don't know what to do. I think it's going to come because the Tower enters your life, right? I don't think it's your fault. I think it involves a King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius man might unravel something in your life and unravel your hard work. Could be a pregnancy here. And I feel like you have to come up with the answers, or you have to clean this mess up. Definitely involves love, definitely involves new beginnings, but the new beginnings shouldn't be rushed up, all right? Now, I'm going to tell you what this looks like to me, Virgo. To me, this looks like cleaning up somebody else's mess. I think you might become a victim of gossip. And it's a little bit embarrassing, which is the Tower, because you know you're a private person. You also know it better not affect my income, right? And so I think something comes along that does affect your income, does affect your reputation. And I think a man does this to you. Now, is it your personal relationship? Maybe not. This might be somebody from the outside that decides to land some information that's explosive. I think that you can turn this around if you don't protect someone. I think you're a victim. And I think if you allow yourself to be a victim in this case, I think that's how you win. I think if you cover it up or give out information that's half truths and half lies and it's wishy-washy, I think you create your own mess in this tower event, right? So I think a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius man creates drama for you, Virgo. Whether it's true or not doesn't become the thing to worry about. It's probably a lie, but it affects your income and your hard work, and it affects your reputation even. And that's just not you. Like, you want to go to work, you want to come home, you want to deal with your children, like, you're that normal person, but someone doesn't allow that of you. I think it's male energy. I don't think it's intimate male energy. I really, really don't. But I do think it's male energy that has intimate information about you. And reveals it to the family, to your job, to the world. Might reveal it on social media. I think that don't ignore this, and don't fight so hard that you look worse. So, you can take what's being thrown at you. I promise you, you could take it. You will come out unscathed. And I think it's not even strength that I see. I think it's your true character that shows up. And I think your true character is being able to handle this mess. I think there's a lot of power in you, and I think whatever bullets someone is trying to bring to you to bring you down, you turn the bullets into a blessing. You find a way to make this energy work. Not without being singed, but you make it work. And whatever it is, story, lies, it might even be the truth, Virgo, to be honest with you, that someone wants to put out there. I believe that it fuels a different type of passion for you. And you make it work. And this passion comes in the form of getting others to understand that maybe secrets don't work, or I don't know what. I don't get what's going to come out of this. I do get that. Okay, it's like lemons and lemonade, but personally, I like lemons. I can just chomp on a lemon, so I don't know why that works for y'all, but if that helps. All right. I think that you can handle this. And I think in the long run, you're the better for it. I don't want you to worry about your income, but your income seems to be first and foremost because you're Virgo. I think there's a sacrifice to make sure no one ever comes after your income ever again. Again, you're another one. Everybody got the deceptive card. Did Leo? I don't think Leo and Aries did. And the deceptive card might come because there are vices, like drugs, alcohol, sex, prescription drugs, manipulation, gaslighting, that has always been there, or has money has been an influence over these vices. Money is a big influence. And yet today, during Venus retrograde, it actually could come for your money this time, right? So how do we handle this? I'll tell you how you handle this, Virgo. If somebody comes into your life and tries to ruin your life, you're the victim. And tell the truth. Don't recover this up. You're the victim, and tell your truth, but you're the victim. Remember that. If you show that you're a victim, whoever this is that tried to ruin you, it will backfire. Watch. You will get a lot of supportive energy, and you will get justice. Because however way someone tries to take something from you, in the end, they're not supposed to have that. They can't have your reputation, and they can't have your money. So in the end, what you do is you speak on it. Don't hide, speak on it. Don't hide from it, and turn it around so that people can see you are minding your business. And now look, I have to deal with something that it was never meant for me. But I have to deal with it now. And I will deal with it. And this is my truth. This is what I know. And whatever you know, in the long haul, the person that's chopping away will turn around to be like looking like an idiot. All right? Do not be afraid of this energy, by the way. Sometimes we just have to deal with messes. And this is the time to deal with messes. All right? Let me know what this is. There we go. Now I'm going to be looking at all my Virgos. Chaos and conflict. Virgos. Oh my God. Number 33. Chaos and conflict. It reduces to the number 6. What is this, Virgo? Virgos, y'all know I don't like y'all to suffer. So whatever this is, deal with it. 33. Chaos and conflict. Disarray. Being at crossroads with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. Opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well as you become unenamored by it. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need, and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, it's really internal, projecting outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at a cross purposes with someone else. Facing a storm you feel you cannot control, the Tower. And chaos leads to reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of the situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than be understood. So, you're a victim. If somebody comes for you, you're a victim. All right? Scorpio. Scorpio, I actually looked at you at 2:55:55. Just couldn't type it in fast enough, so your number is 256. And let's see what, oh, wait. This has to stay Scorpio now. I have to go back into Libra, but the energy has already been placed for Scorpios. I have to leave it for Scorpio. It is Scorpio now. I have to leave the energy because that's what I said, and I have to stick to it. So let's just do Scorpio, guys. All right. Let's trust the process. There's a reason for everything, and somehow or another, Scorpio wanted to be heard first, so we're going to do Scorpio first. And all of this cannot be perfect, especially if Spirit is in the room. Spirit is very funny. Spirit is not perfect. Humans look for perfection. Spirituality is like, nah. Scorpio. What is around my Scorpios? Whew. Scorpios, you are working really hard. You are really, really good at what you do. You've created a well-run system. Scorpios, I don't think there's any room to go anywhere anymore. I think it's very important to understand you may have done everything that you could in the world that you're in. It might be time to walk away. You might need to walk away from your job or your love interest. You've done everything, Scorpio. All right? It comes in a form of news that's not the best of news, right? However, it's been like this for some time. There definitely is a new beginning out there if you walk away from something that you're just done with. The sun shines on you, Scorpio. However, be careful of someone that will say what they need to say to you so that you don't do what you know you need to do. Be careful that someone presents a lie to you to keep you where you need to stay for them. Make the sacrifice. This is the Hangman. Make the sacrifice. There's growth if you decide that your job doesn't work for you. If you decide that your love doesn't work for you. There's so much growth around you. You know, I want to say freedom too. Also, there's familiar energy. So you actually want to go back to something familiar. All right. It's very, very important, Scorpio, that you rise above the very thing that has kept you contained, right? You're not trapped, Scorpio, but this is containment. And it's been so comfortable that one day you looked up and you recognized that the containment was never about you. It was about someone else. And you accommodating someone else. I think that you're getting to the point where it's kind of getting revealed. You're seeing all of this. You're seeing the micro trickery in the language. I think there's a new beginning, and I think you want this new beginning. I think you're like, I'm done. One more microaggression, and I'm done. And I think you've gotten what you needed out of this job. It could be a business, out of this relationship. Like, I think you've got everything you've needed out of this relationship with something, someone, this project. And I think it's okay to go. You want to go. You might even want to go back to something, go back to an old job, go back to an old career. You might even pick up a hobby that you got rid of because you had to do the whole 9 to 5 and raise children, right? You might just say, I need to invest in the very thing I always wanted to invest in, but someone else would not let me invest in that. And then maybe you wound up being the breadwinner. And then you look up and it's like, wait, I'm doing everything when all I ever wanted to do was this. And you start to recognize the sneakiness. You start to recognize it. You know, have you ever had a job? This is a good example. Have you ever had a job where you were an amazing worker and you try to get a promotion and your boss doesn't let you? That's this energy, Scorpio. You know it. You've been known it. Because the boss needs you. You are perfect. You don't let a mistake happen. You are trustworthy. And yet they won't promote you. You're done. You're going to quit now. Because you recognize, although you have a job, you have security, everybody trusts you, everybody loves you, you haven't been happy for a while. And you're done. Same thing goes for romance. You might be in a relationship where it's like, but then we had children, you know, I wanted to be, I don't know why I'm bringing up nurse again. I wanted to be a nurse and I was in school and then, you know, a baby came along. So I had to quit my job and now I'm a truck driver. And you're starting to recognize that you got taken advantage of. You're starting to recognize that, you know, you gave up everything and your partner didn't. And you're taking care of the family and you're paying for everything. And you're like, but what about me? And you might be done. You might be like, I can't do this anymore. I'm tired. I'm being taken advantage of. But you've said this to your partner, right? This isn't overnight. You're like, hey, I think you should get a job with me. You know? And the person is like, well, actually, no, because I'm trying to finish school. So, no. And it's just getting to the point where the partner's like, I'm out. I'm out. I can't with you. I'm out. But it's getting to that point where it's like Scorpios did everything. They provided everything. They gave love, like they gave their souls. During this Venus in retrograde, it's like, if I have to acknowledge how wrong all of this is, I might leave. And I think this might be the breaking point. And you might be like, I'm done. And I mean, no regrets. You just done. You might have like a creative side to you. And you might just one day just say, yeah, I'm not doing photography anymore. And people are going to be like, what? You know who did that? I don't even know where she is now that I'm thinking about it. Rosanna, do you remember that? She was an astrology reader on YouTube. I hate to bring up your name, sweetie, but you're a good example for this. Rosanna. Yes. Let's see. Yeah, Kelly Rosano. About more than 9. Let's see. More than a year ago, she had decided to give training classes and change up her whole aspect of reading astrology. But the astrology was a working format, and she changed it up. It was about a year ago, and she kept saying it. I'm changing. This is classes I'm giving. I don't know what kind of classes she was giving. Now I wish I would have taken her classes, but all of a sudden she just disappeared. Now, where she's at, I don't know. But my point is, this is one of those scenarios where, and I'm telling you, she's been doing astrology readings for years. 4 years. And then one day she said, I'm out. I'm just out. I'm not doing this anymore. And she switched gears, still under the same auspices of astrology, but it was totally a switcheroo. And now we don't hear from her at all. This is what this sounds like to me for you, Scorpio. The good part is you're so comfortable with this decision that you're zen about it. Other people are going to have a conniption fit around you, not you, because when you're done, you're just done. It also has something to do, the devil card shows up. So it has something to do with being bound and chained. And in other cards, you can't see it in this deck, you see. There's the Rider-Waite deck. There's the There's the Rider-Waite deck where you have this devil-looking character and 2 humans, male and female, and they have a big chain around their neck. And it looks like they are being controlled by their circumstances. But ironically, the big chain around their neck, they can just take off. You can just walk away, Scorpio. You are truly done. The King of Pentacles fell on the floor. I don't think it's about a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn man. I think it's about masculine energy. Money, masculine energy. I think, Scorpio, you're carrying a load. A whole load. And that's the King of Pentacles, which fell on the floor. I think you want to even out the playing field. And I think you can even out the playing field. I think you're going to be much happier. I think if you don't do it, then the Tower comes. If the Tower comes, Scorpio, it comes in the form of mental illness. I don't think you need to get to the point of mental illness. I think it's okay to give up the ghost and say it's a lot. It's a lot. Let me shut this shop down for a minute. It's a lot. Let me walk away. Let me, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. Take a year-long vacation somewhere. Leave everybody behind. I know it's going to sound crazy, but I don't think it is. Close up shop and go live someplace else. In the middle of the COVID, where can you live? I don't know. Find a place. And don't deal with this. And you're not escaping, you're just done. It's two different things. You want to come back in a year and reassess things? I would say do that. Does that sound crazy, Scorpio? Am I crazy? Am I? Or is it time for you to act crazy? Is it time for you to have people say, and then she just left. He just decided to he said he was going for cigarettes, never came back. But this is only after you've tried to tell people, I'm having some issues. He went to lunch and never came back. Does this resonate with any Scorpio out there? Let me know. Let me know. All right. Final outcome. Round and round. Round and round we go. Very spiritual, 25. A lot of you got spiritual outcomes. A lot of the signs got 7 as the final component, but a lot of you got spiritual outcomes. There's a lot of spiritual energy that's impacting your lives, that's leading up to Venus retrograde. It's all spiritual. It's all planets. Like, a lot of you can't even avoid this energy. All right. Round and round. The spiral quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated. Cycles you are challenged to break. Revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. The appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backwards, the truth is that you are standing at a higher level, looking down into your circumstances. You will learn something, do something better, and break a cycle set up in the past. You actually have a bird's eye view of your initial footprints and can access the wisdom and the lessons to learn. Time to break a cycle that you no longer want to be in. But you've had these conversations. You've been telling people, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I don't know if I can go to work anymore. I don't know if I can keep this going. I think something different has to occur. $314. Libra, talk about breaking a cycle. I'm so sorry, Libra. Talk about breaking the cycle. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. What is around my Libras for the month of December? Venus in retrograde. for now, so you guys can see me pull the cards. 2, 3, 4. 10. Libra. What is around Libra for the month of December? Money. Money. Money's around you. What's crossing money is the 3 of Swords, Libra. Not managing your money well. The 10 of Swords, to me, the 10 of Swords to me, oh my God. The 10 of Swords to me is, it's about your emotions. It's about not dealing with your emotions. The devil comes up in the past, so the devil involves drugs, real drugs, and I have to include weed, because even though weed is legal in a lot of states, because it's legal, some people take it in excess, which means it becomes problematic because weed slows you down. Or real drugs, Molly. Molly seems to be coming up in my head as well. And prescription drugs is coming up. So it's almost like you're spending your money on other things, right? But also the devil involves sex, drugs, alcohol, and taking a gamble you shouldn't have taken. A lot of mental conflict is here. The mental conflict could involve a King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or father figure. Let me see if I can push this back a little bit, just a little bit. You know, you're the magician. If you recognize who you are and how you got here, you could turn this around. I promise you. I think that this involves a good aspect of your home life. This is a victory card, the 6 of Wands. And love shows up, right? So I think the first half could involve making some decisions and mistakes that is grievous. Like, it's like big mistakes, right? That involves your heart, that involves your money, that involves something about too much drugs, that involves mental conflict. I think somewhere along the line, now I think I see this, somewhere along the line it involves a King of Cups. It involves a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces man or father figure that is going to be helpful. Very, very helpful to getting you back on track. I think it's required. I think that you're the magician. I think you can turn anything around. Anything. But whoever this person is, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, it benefits you as a person. Libra benefits you as a person. I said Cancer because King of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Benefits your home life. Allows you to be victorious in getting out of probably some major vices that you have. By the way, a lot of the cards also, I pulled Devil, at least you didn't get the moon. Because everybody else got the moon. But several people, I think if people didn't get the moon, they did get this, now that I'm looking at it. But it involves victory. But I have to tell you, Libra, victory is through your own making. You're going to be victorious because you decide to put in the work, all right, and be a better person. After this drama, one half drama, the other half, whoo, everything gets cleared up. It's going to be beautiful in the long run, but your Venus retrograde could be a hard won-fought battle. Venus retrograde is just around Christmas. I think there's going to be a father figure here that does not want to see you fail. And the first part of the cards shows the potential of like the beginning stages of failing. I think this person won't let you. I think it's genuine. I think it's loving. I think it's pouring everything into you. I think you might even hear them say, I am you. I did this too. I think you're going to learn something. I think this person is going to give you back your strength that was always there, but I think he also allows you to be the magician that you need to be, right? I think he reminds you that you have all the tools to be whatever this is. You have all the tools. You have to make a decision that, you know what I think? I think you got to give up drugs, alcohol, drinking, sex, what else? Gambling. I think all of these things have given you some mental conflict. And I think this person sees the value in you and will not let you fail. And I think this person gives you back your life. But the good part about this person is that they don't take over your life. They give it back to you and they say to you, you are the magician. You. I think this person is a great, great man who gives you back your life and creates and pours nothing but love inside of you, which actually turns you around to be a very loving person. Definitely another baby coming through if you want it, Libra. Definitely a better relationship coming through. And again, I feel like this person, it might be this person too. It might be the same person. Might be the overseer of your life. I think it's a very mature person, by the way. Recognizes that you have issues with money, but helps you to balance it out. You learn to balance out a lot of stuff without the drama that comes with not being in charge. Damn it, we got the Tower. All right. Damn it. The Tower could be hitting rock bottom. But, yeah, okay, I got it now. The Tower could be hitting rock bottom. There is some mental depreciation. I think that you get help because of some mental illness. You do definitely get help. And I think you come out on the other side. Much more responsible and caring. It's just that when you come out on the other side, it's not months. You might come out on the other side in 2 years. But remember, nobody is gonna let you fail. And this particular male energy is gonna stick by you for the whole time that you need. It's familiar energy, so you know this person. And it's going to take you to make a decision that you need to make a decision. And I think that's the delay. I think the 2-year delay is somebody helping and you're still not landing on your feet. And I think ultimately it takes not 2 years. I think it'll take 18 months for you to get it. But I also want to tell you, it could take 18 months for you to get it. And at some point, the Ace of Swords is communication. At some point, words can become harsh for you. And somewhat shocking, but it's coming from familiar energy. And it's for the greater good for you. I think somebody wants you to put the crown back on. I think the crown comes off and a real person shows up, but in a way where, I think I understand what's happening here, in a way where they don't want to see familiar demised energy. They want to they want to go back to meeting the person they met in the first place. That's the person that they like. But another person comes through, which is typical, especially if some drugs or alcohol are involved. Gambling, sex issues. They want you to come back to the person that they remember, and that's the person they're going to be fighting for. And you might fight against them for a minute, but they are not going to give up on you. When I say they, I think it's one person. One Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or familiar father figure. They're going to fight for you. And you will win. This person's not going to take a single credit for your development. You will win. But you will win with the right amount of familiar support. Okay. Ooh, child, Libra. It's going to show up very, very strong during Venus in retrograde. Your issues are going to show up. Because remember, Venus in retrograde, even though it's in the sign of Cancer, Venus is Libra. And I mean, Venus is showing up in the sign of Capricorn. Venus is Libra, and much like Taurus is Libra horoscope, Capricorn is about money. And the first thing I got was money. And Venus is Libra. It's you. You and Taurus are Libras. So Libra is about your home life, your physical home life, money, your social representation, like everything could get hit. So look to a man that is not wanting to see you fail. Final outcome. New life. How beautiful is that card? Man, she is 39, 9, 10, 11, 12, the number 3. 3 is, if I'm not mistaken, is about new beginnings. I forgot. All right, new life, 39. I'm so glad I started this early, because I usually don't start the Metaphysical Way to Earth Happiness until 5 o'clock Eastern. Woo, child, I'm so glad I did not do this that late. 39, new life. Birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. When spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around and in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight, birds return home and sing their glorious song. And nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon on all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you, new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to be renewed, feel renewed. Allow your heart to be filled with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. Always trust spirit. I skipped over you, Libra. This is the reading you were supposed to have. There was no way I was going to give, now that I see the difference, Scorpio's reading to you. Scorpio's reading is Scorpio's reading. This is your reading. Final outcome is Sagittarius. Did I get everyone, by the way? Sagittarius is 333. Let's get this party started. I'm so excited for that number, Sag. Sag. 333. Time for change. I think that's what it means. Good changes. All right. Let's get this party started. 333. Sagittarius. Thank you, Tarika, for all your help today. Let me see one more time. What does 333? Expect a reason to celebrate. Sag gonna celebrate some good news. Okay, 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups. Ironically, you can't tell this. And why does she look like she's in a bathtub? This 9 of Cups I actually don't get, but I still like it. In another deck, it means to have a beautiful home. Out of the book. Let me read it to you real quick, Saggies. It means decorating. It's a really good card. Nine of Cups, the wish card. How could I forget that? What you want gets fulfilled. Wait, Nine of Cups, right? Yes. I was thinking of Nine of Pentacles. There's Nine of Cups. What you want gets fulfilled. Financial well-being. A dream come true. A desired marriage. What you wish for comes true. Financial well-being. Physical well-being and pleasure. You are satisfied. This card promises material benefits and physical luxury. It is a card of satisfaction, contentment, even a little smugness. It's a major phase of a project and need to take holiday. Also means you will marry the person that you want. Somebody's watching you. Somebody's watching you. You don't know who's watching you, but it is solid. This energy that's watching you is observant. But this person that's watching you is looking to see who you are, why you do the things that you do, and if they want to either be with you or work with you in the future. There's definitely some good news that's coming through. You can't share it with everyone. Mum's the word. Because there's a lot of work behind the scenes. Also, if this turns out to be a relationship, you can't share it with everyone. There's definitely a pregnancy here that could show up. There is something about good news concerning money, and I did get the Nine of Pentacles. Oh yeah. Nine of Pentacles, without a doubt, means, let me read it, because it was the Nine of Pentacles that I was thinking about first. And it showed up anyway, which I'm so happy about. Self-reliance, even though somebody's watching you. Love interest. Self-reliance, being self-sufficient. Material comfort, which is very similar to the Nine of Cups. Prosperity as a result of past effort also means solitary affluence, right? So this is affluence made on your self-reliance, all right? Also means good real estate investments, also employment, also unearned income. Definitely means some form of ownership, but really material security, like you are in control of your life. It is a form of incomplete. It's almost like you have everything you want. You will be getting the relationship, but right now it's very important to acquire what you need for you. So Venus in retrograde is trying to tell you to focus on you by rewriting your story. It's a little bit of a sacrifice. Definitely a pregnancy coming through. I don't know why I keep seeing the Three of Pentacles as pregnancy, but I do, and I'm going to stick to that. And I definitely think who's ever watching you either has been watching you for a long time, has been observing you for a long time. I think this is about friendship. I think ultimately this is a component that has everything you need. It has day and night, air, water, fire, earth. I think it's all about taking the right steps and having the right components. I think it's about writing your own story. because I think you get to be in a relationship that's not dependent. But I also think that when this revelation occurs, I think the person that reveals themselves is whole, has worked on themselves, is spiritual, gets it, gets you. I think that whoever this person is, you're definitely coming from an authentic place without realizing that this person is watching you. But I also think this person doesn't know that they're watching you until they get it themselves. And then they watch you some more. I think you come out of your shell, Sagittarian, and I'm joking because when is a Sagittarian not out of their shell? But I feel like you come out of your shell differently. I think you become a different person. Very, very confident, right? There's something about this energy for you that actually works for you. It didn't work for anybody else. No other sign. You, Sagittarian, are fine. Why? Why? All right. It is what it is. Y'all just have good energy right now. If you decide to make some sacrifices, it's really good energy if you decide to make some sacrifices. Also could have energy involving a child that's already there. Child or children, might be more than one child, but it actually just might be good news about money and good news about a project. Definitely good news about money. Also, good news about money that's an extension of what you're doing right now. So I feel like two other components are being added to what you're doing right now. I just see money around you. And I really feel like it's money from your own hands. Oh, don't scare me, I'm almost there. Do not lose me. I think that, Sagittarian, you think all eyes are on you in a dagger kind of way. It's not. Be you, be yourself, be proud. You've spent a long time getting to this place, but don't be so airy that you don't understand, like, you're the master of your domain. You're both grounded, and it's a compromise, and, you know, from below, you know, to the heavens, right? Trust the universe. You're the master of your domain. You're the captain of your soul. You are intended to be victorious, but only if you understand that you are so strong spiritually that you can elevate. This is a really good reading, and I think you're the only one that got a good reading. Jesus Christ. So I started to pull from the bottom. Look at this. Love is coming through. Don't be surprised if love comes through with a child. But I started to pull from the bottom. I got the Star card. I got the World card. I got the Working card. Ciao. Let's see. You all just got some good cards. Okay, I'll just pull these. The Fool, the Disc, the Justice. All right, you did get the Devil card. All right. I feel like the Devil card is next to the Hierophant, is next to the Chariot. I think that what's happening with the Hierophant is busting down walls that has to do with structure and order, that you're no longer willing to conform, that's your trajectory. I think you handle your own issues. Whatever that looks like, you are handling your own issues. And you no longer are willing to be part of a system that's not taking care of you. And you will move forward and be the one to bring the correct amount of balance. And it's the correct amount of emotional balance. And you're very serious about this, which is why I think this guy that is showing up is going to fall in love with you, because I think you're saying the same things that this man or woman, I apologize, has been trying to say. Yeah. Could come across as a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces man, as an example, or Leo, Sagittarius, Aries man, or just looking for the people now. They're going to be fine. These are really good cards still. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn woman, or Leo, Sagittarius, Aries woman. But the ships are coming in, and don't be surprised that after you get everything you want is when you get everything you've ever wanted. If that makes any sense. And that's going to be your Venus retrograde. It's going to be getting everything that you want, and then getting everything that you need. But you have to get what you want by yourself. That's what I said, and I'm sticking to it. All right, guys, this almost went on for 4 hours. How did I stay here this long? This is not in me. Ooh, child, I must have had a good night's sleep for this. All right, make it good, God, for Sag. The reading was so good. You're the only one that got a good reading, Sag. I mean, right? Did anybody else get a good reading? Everyone else got warnings, even Leos. Oh, ooh, child, we got some work to do. Make it good. Oh, you got poise too. This is the first card that got repeated. You know, some days I do readings and everyone gets the same final outcome card. It's hilarious. Which I don't tell people. I'm just like, oh, you got poise. And then my next reading, oh, you got poise. The number is 48. Poise. Being ready. Bringing something to light. Being at your best. Confidence. You can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to do. Your skills are sharp. You come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life is about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. Listen, everyone, I am so proud of you for sticking through these readings with me, and I'm shocked that I even performed these readings, but I hope you like it. And I'm going to read you something that I wrote years ago about Venus retrograde. I wrote it for the Green Man store. It is published, so technically I'm an author, technically. But I want to read it to you, only because I'm inside my ego. But if anybody wants a copy of it, it's actually very long, now I'm thinking about it. If anybody wants a copy of this, I'll send it to you. But it's my prayer to Venus after a really long article on Venus retrograde. It's really good. And in the end, I had a prayer. And I said, to my dear Venus, although you are sleeping right now during the retrograde, I understand your need for rest. And I also understand your need to have relationships resting with you. My hope is that your rest is pleasant and enjoy, so that upon awakening, I can use your energy to regain my position with men here on earth. I love you, Venus, and I appreciate how you show up in my life. Help me to take what I have learned about you and use it to the best of my humanly ability. Please assist me with healthy relationships and with a relationship free of monetary concerns, coupled with an emotional balance that would also allow for sensual pleasures in the boudoir. I trust that God has created you for me. And now that I understand you and how you show up for me in my life, I pray to God that I can use your energy for positive love, harmonious balance, justice for all, and an abundance of healthy, unabridged sex. Amen. Okay, guys, thank you for putting up with me. Please like, please share, give me your comments, especially as you navigate Venus in retrograde. Let me know what's showing up, particularly when we begin to be in this space. I want to thank everyone. If anyone wants to elaborate on anything that I have said, TraceyBrownLive.com is where you will find the information. But let me tell you, just text me, 213-458-7408. I love you. And I thank you. Bye.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown, Tracey Brown, Tracey Brown Live.